And then you click back on the Zoom and you're good to go. Okay, we are live.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. The hour being 5:30, I will now call the Public Works and Service Committee meeting to order. Mr. Pritzloff, would you do the honors and give us the roll call, please?
Yes, ma'am. Alder Jones,
Present.
Alder McCarthy,
Present.
Alder Santiago,
Present.
Alder Lemke,
Present.
and Alder Rouse. Used to be absent.
Thank you. And just because I am operating from home here this afternoon, let's just introduce staff so our listeners will know. Commissioner John Rooney, if you'll just wave so everyone will know when we call you who we're speaking about. Assistant Commissioner Ron Pritzloff. And our engineer, Ara Malter. Thank you, everyone. The first order of business will be the approval of the January 11th, 2022 minutes.
I will move to approve those as vice chair. I have reviewed them and feel they're appropriate. I move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder McCarty, second by Alder Santiago to approve the minutes. I just have one correction before we proceed. That is, it wasn't corrected on our minutes. Item 008-22 for the parking at the library from January 27th through April 7th. With the Lake Street should be corrected to Lake Avenue. And 4 spaces should be 5 spaces. And the dollar amount should be 900 instead of 2,640. So Alder McCarthy, would you just give us the motion again with the minor corrections?
I will move to approve as amended by the chair.
Thank you. Alder Santiago?
Second. Yes.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the minutes of January 11 with the amendments as noted. If there are no further questions, comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion carries. I am going to go dark here for a minute while I read our first item of the agenda. Item 0041-22, communication sponsored by Mayor Mason on behalf of Downtown Racine Corporation, requesting to use the city right of way for the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade on Saturday, March 19th, 2022. Staff recommendation that permission be granted to the Downtown Racine Corporation to close Ontario Street, State Street between Ontario Street and Main Street from State Street to 6th Street, 6th Street from Main Street to City Hall on Saturday, March 19th, 2022 for the St. Patrick's Day Parade with the following attached stipulation. Fiscal note, there will be nominal costs to the various city departments on a regular shift basis to assist in implementing this event. And I'm not sure who's going to take this item. Mr. Pritzloff, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Everything is in place here. The route looks good. The stipulations are correct, along with a note from the public health officer that has become standard to our stipulations regarding COVID. So everything looks great. We recommend that this be approved.
Thank you. Any questions from committee members? If not, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
Alderman McCarthy of County Cork seconds.
Thank you. Motion by Alder Santiago, second by Alder McCarthy, that item 0041-22 be approved. Any questions, comments? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? The motion carries. Our next item is 0042-22, communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting change order number 1 to contract 202-1028, roof replacement, safety building, FJA Christensen Roofing Company, Inc., contractor. Staff recommendation that the change order number 1 to contract 202-1028, roof replacement, safety building, be approved in the deduct amount of $19,800. Fiscal note, funding for this change order is credited in the following art object as listed, safety building roof replacement. Mr. Pritzloff.
Thank you again, Madam Chair. We are submitting change order number 1 on contract 2021028 and the deduct amount of $19,800. The original contract was approved in the amount of $548,185.00 under resolution 0353-21 on May 18th of 2021. This change order number 1 brings the contract total to $528,385.00. So for most of our roofing contracts anyway, we put an allowance, if you will, as part of the bid. So in this case, it was a $25,000 allowance. We only had to dip into that by $5,200 in this case, and that was to reinstall some coping on a parapet wall. So we're still in the negative, which is good. And that's the gist of the change order.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve item 0042-22 by Alder Limke, second by Alder McCarthy. Any questions, comments? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposes? The motion carries. The next item is 0043-22, communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting change order number 1 to contract 202-1030, roof replacement, City Hall Annex, Carlson Racine Roofing and Sheet Metal Contractor. Staff recommendation that change order number 1 to contract 202-1030 be approved in the deduct amount of $7,550. Physical note, funding for this change order is credited in the following art object as listed, City Hall Annex roof replacement. Thank you. And who's taking this item? Mr. Pritzloff, thank you.
Thanks again, Madam Chair. We are submitting change order number 1 in the deduct amount of $7,550 to contract 202-1030, roof replacement, City Hall Annex. Original contract was approved in the amount of $97,268.00 under resolution 0354-21 on May 18th of 2021. This change order brings the contract total to $89,718.00. Once again, we have a deduct amount here of $7,550. We had an allowance in this case of $8,000, and we spent $450 of that on a drain ring on October 28th during the work. So once again, this allowance amount, we didn't go over it, so we are in a deduct situation.
Any questions from committee members? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve. It's easy to approve to the deduct amount.
Yes.
Second.
Motion by Alder Limke, second by Alder Santiago to approve item 0043-22. Seeing no further questions, comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion carries. The next item is 0044-22. Communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting final payment for contract 2021030, roof replacement, City Hall Annex, Carlson Racine Roofing and Sheet Metal Contractor. Staff recommendation is that the work completed by Carlson Racine Roofing on the contract for roof replacement, City Hall Annex, be accepted and final payment authorized for a total contract of $89,718. Final payment to include retainage.
Move to
Fiscal note,
approve. I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
fiscal note contract 2021030 was authorized under resolution number 0354-21 dated May 18th, 2021.
Now I move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Alder McCarty, second by Alder Limke to approve item 004422. Any questions, comments? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion carries. Thanks, everyone. Our next item is 0046-22, communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting change order number 1 to contract 2021050, traffic signal improvement, 16th Street and Latham Avenue, outdoor lighting Inc. contractor. Staff recommendation that the change order number 1 to contract 2021050, traffic signal improvement, 16th Street and Latham Avenue, be approved in the amount of $7,902.60. Fiscal note, funding for this change order is available in the following art object as listed: traffic signal replacement. Who would like to take this item?
I would move to approve.
Mr. Mulder?
Yeah, it basically reiterating what Madam Chair said, we're submitting change order number 1 to the contract in the amount of $7,902.60. Original contract was approved in the amount of $138,323.52 under resolution number 0517-21 on July 20th of last year. This change order brings the contract total amount to $146,226.12. If the committee so approves, we recommend that the change order be approved.
I will
Questions
second.
from committee members?
I'll second Alderman Lemke's motion to approve.
Thank you. Motion by Alder Limke, second by Alder McCarty to approve item 0046-22. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion passes. Our next item is 0045-22. Communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the Department of Public Works to submit final payment for contract 2021050, traffic signal improvement, 16th Street and Latham Avenue, outdoor lighting Inc. contractor. Recommendation that the work completed by outdoor lighting on the contract, traffic signal improvement, 16th Street and Latham Avenue, be accepted and final payment authorized for a total contract amount of $146,226.12. Final payment to include retainage. Fiscal note, contract 202-1050 was authorized on the resolution number 0517-21 dated July 20, 2021.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder McCarty, second by Alder Limke to approve item 0045-22. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion carries. The next item is 0054-22. Communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the transit manager submitting change order number 3 to contract 202-1073, City of Racine Transit Facilities, Repair Stage 1, Berglund Construction Company contractor. Staff recommendation that change order number 3 to contract 202-1073, City of Racine Transit Facilities, Repair Stage 1, Berglund Construction Company contract to be approved in the amount of $10,747.81. Physical note funding for this change order is available in Ort Object as listed. Who is taking this item? Mr. Pritzloff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, this is change order number 3 in the amount of $10,747.81. We found at the transit center during the construction there that the stairs were structurally supported by dirt. So having no structural support, we needed to add a member in there to shore that up. And that's what this change order is looking to take care of.
Thank you, Mr. Pritzloff. Any questions from committee members? Not, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder Santiago, second by Alder Limke to approve item 0054-22. Seeing no questions or comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion passes. Thanks, everyone. Our next item is 0055-22, communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the city engineer submitting a professional services agreement between the City of Racine and AECom Technical Services, Inc. in the not to exceed amount of $91,750. Staff recommendation that the Public Works and Services Committee approve the professional service agreement and direct the mayor and the city clerk to sign the agreement between the City of Racine and AECom Technical Services for 2022 pavement inspection services in the not to exceed amount of $91,750. Fiscal note, funding is available in Ort Object as listed. Who is taking this item? Mr. Mullinger.
Yes. In order not to regurgitate everything, basically this is our annual contract with AECom for pavement management services. They complete this, they've been doing this for over 30 years for the city. This covers a multitude of things, of analysis, of recommendations for maintenance, recommendations for pretty much our pavement program. Among other things, they maintain our pavement management software system. This is actually less than last year's amount. Last year's had the alley assessments on it. I don't know if you have any questions, I guess I can answer those, but if the committee agrees, the appropriate action would be to direct the mayor and clerk to sign and enter into this agreement.
Any questions from committee members? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve item 0055-22 by Alder Santiago, second by Alder Lipking. Seeing no questions or comments, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion passes. Thanks, everyone. Our next item is 0056-22, communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the city engineer submitting amendment number 2 to state project ID 1693-34-06, Lake Michigan Passway Phase 4, 24th Street to North Shore Bike Trail. Staff recommendation that amendment number 2 to state project ID 1633-34-06, Lake Michigan Pathway Phase 4, 24th Street to North Shores Bike Trail be approved, and that the mayor and city clerk be authorized and directed to sign amendment number 2. Physical note, the amount for amendment number 2 is $31,232.86, with the city's portion being $17,345.14, and is available in object as listed, Lake Michigan Pathway Phase 4. Mr. Mullender,
I'll be taking this one. As you pretty much, as Madam Chair just stated, this is amendment to a contract for the Lake Michigan Pathway Phase 4. This original contract was signed in 2014. The original contract amount was not to exceed $136,707.73. The First Amendment extended the contract time but did not change any of the financials of the contract. This Second Amendment increases the amount by $31,232.86 to a total of $167,940.59. Of this increase, $13,873.21 will be paid for by the Village of Mount Pleasant. That's their portion that we rerouted onto in the village, and they're added some additional work for 24th Street and Meade Street. The remainder, the $17,345.14, would be the responsibility of the cities. If the committee agrees, staff recommends that the mayor and the city clerk be authorized and directed to sign the amendment to the three-party contract with AECom and WISDOT. Any questions?
seeing no questions, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder Limke, second by Alder Santiago to approve item 0056-22. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposes? The motion passes. Our next item is 0057-22. Communication sponsored by the chair on behalf of the city engineer requesting the adoption of revision to Division 2, Section 94-41, 94-141, no parking zones, Schedule F of the municipal code to include no parking anytime on the east and west side of Fergus from Romaine to 50 feet north of Romaine, and the south side of Romaine Avenue from Fergus Avenue west 75 feet. And who would like to take this one? City Engineer Mullender.
As you stated, we are submitting this on behalf of Alder Peterson. The proposed amendment to the city municipal code, chapter 94, article 3, stopping, standing, and parking. More specifically, division 2, parking regulations, section 94-141, the no parking zones, schedule F. In a nutshell, this is a curve from Romaine Avenue to Fergus Avenue. It's in a commercial / industrial area on the kind of the north east or northwest corner of the city. People are parking right up to the intersection of the curve and actually in the intersection, and police department has been notified for enforcement because they are not allowed to park in the intersection. This basically just moves them away from the intersection. This started by a call from one of the businesses that is located on Fergus Avenue. One of his deliveries was having a hard time getting to his shop because of the parking that was congested around this curve. So we're just moving the no parking area, expanding the no parking area to remove cars parking anywhere near this intersection, so emergency vehicles and semi trucks can get through there. If the committee agrees, the further action would be approve the amendment to the municipal code as directed.
Thank you. Questions from committee members?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alder McCarty, second by Alder Santiago to approve item 0057-22. Seeing no further questions, comments, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion passes. And our final item is 0058-22. Communication sponsored by the chair requesting to discuss decorative lighting. Recommendation, Public Works after discussion to receive and file this item. Comments from staff? Or if not, we will just proceed with questions, if that's okay. Alder McCarthy.
Sure.
All right, thank you. This was all inspired by our discussion about Blaine Avenue a few weeks ago. By the way, with the lighting all fully active on Blaine there, et cetera, despite any concerns people may have about the appearance of the lighting, it works fantastically. It is beautifully lit. So thank you for that. Commissioner Rooney shared an email with us that there basically is the ability to petition for a decorative lighting zone already in our ordinance. I think it's a question of just how we utilize that for potentially in the future. There seemed to be a recommendation from the commissioner that we could notify residents of any area where we're going to do circuit work of their right to petition, perhaps would be a way to approach it. And then they could choose to petition for that decorative lighting zone and tax themselves in essence for it. And that seems like a very straightforward and good idea to me from my perspective. Just have to ensure we get that fit into our annual plan for assessments. I think you're recommending we do that same time we do pavement assessments, Commissioner Rooney, is that what you're recommending?
Yeah, I mean, it's an option, doesn't necessarily have to coincide with the assessments that we hold, or the public hearings, I should say, we hold for pavement assessments. I think, once we have identified a circuit that needs replacement, I think we can get that notification out at any time to the property owners to say, hey, we're considering replacing this circuit, subject to, budget approval by the common council, because funds aren't appropriated to do the circuit. There's no point in considering a request for ornamental lighting. So I think we can get that out actually, a year in advance. Because we identify most things in our CIPs, we have a 10-year CIP. We study that CIP. Most of the time, everything's concentrated on what's being approved in the following year, but we kind of know what circuits we're looking at. We could certainly notify abutting property owners that we're being proactive with them. We could send them some simple verbiage, nothing too wordy that they can understand. Maybe even give them the reference for the ornamental lighting ordinance. If they want to go and look at that on their own, but simply maybe sum it up and say, we're going to replace them with streetlight circuit. If you are desirous of having something more than that, which would amount to ornamental lighting, there is a process for you to go through. And we can certainly have them call and ask us any questions they have. And then I think what we could ask of them is, give them a date by which we would like to have a response if they have a plurality of the property owners in excess of 2/3 as written in the existing ordinance that are interested in ornamental lighting. If they did send a petition back with 2/3 of the property owners, then we could simply introduce it as a preliminary resolution at any time. Then it would simply kind of follow the same route like we do for pavement assessments. Once a preliminary resolution is approved, then we would go through the task of figuring out costs, assigning those costs on a pro rata share based on front footage to all those in that district, provided that we get a petition with 2/3 of them interested in that. Then we could hold the public hearing, let them know what those costs would be, and let them speak for or against it. If the Common Council then approved, or the Public Works and Services Committee, then the Common Council approved, then we could just plan for that in the budget for replacement of the circuit at what we believe would be the standard lighting costs, plus the additional accessible costs, that would be charged to abutting property owners. Much like we budget right now for pavement. That's why you see we typically hold public hearings in the spring and we get those concluded. Actually, Common Council directed Public Works staff about 30+ years ago to have all public hearings concluded by June 30th, because we need to prepare and get stuff ready for the budget. So as long as we get it done, it doesn't have to be in the spring. As long as we get it done before we go to budget time, we know this one has been approved at a public hearing, then we can appropriate in there in the budget, the cost for replacement of the lighting plus the increased cost to go to ornamental lighting. And it'll be in there, be part of the budget process, and they'll go through that. So I think there's a good system in place to do that. I think to Alder McCarthy's point, we probably just need to make people aware of the option before we get to that point, and we'll let them take it where they want to, the constituents or the residents.
Alder McCarty.
Yeah, just to follow up. Thank you, John. That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm kind of in favor of actually integrating it with the concrete assessments as we, street assessments as we do, only from the perspective to have it to be part of a rhythm that we know we're doing this and be sure it doesn't get forgotten. It apparently has gotten forgotten one way or another because perhaps because it's not part of a annual routine kind of thing. So my personal leaning would be to integrate it into the same set of meetings and notifications associated with concrete. Other than that, everything Commissioner Rooney said makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, I think the timing, like I said, it could coincide, it could be different. The one thing that we have to remember that separates the two of these is that we are going to be bringing you a request for a preliminary resolution regardless every year because of pavements that fall under a pavement condition index of 40 that have not been heard at a public hearing and are built of a non-permanent pavement. So that is routine. We really would have nothing to bring to you routinely if it didn't start with the constituents first, because if you read the ordinance, it is the people that will be asking for the preliminary resolution, not the staff. And that's the way it's read. Now, again, want this looked at from a different viewpoint or whatever, that's another thing. But the way this reads, as I understand it, is that it really starts with the property owner. They're the ones that cause the preliminary resolution to be introduced, not staff. And we do that every year. You know, we have to. That's a matter of policy that we have to bring forward. Those streets under 40 haven't been heard in 5 years and are built out of a non-permit pavement. This will be driven by the property owner's request. Again, we can get this information to them well in advance. We can give them, say, a deadline to say, hey, you know, if you guys want to do this, just please get us that list with 2/3 on there by the date. We could cause it to line up at the same time with the spring public hearing payment. That's not a problem, but we would have bring this through routinely. It's only by request as it's written in this.
Yeah, understood and agreed.
Alderman McCarthy, do you have any further questions?
I'm good, thank you.
Any questions from other committee members?
I mean,
At
Madam
this
Chair,
time.
if the committee desires, you know, I think we could probably simply, you know, move to receive and file this. We can wordsmith something of a notification letter of what that might look like. And, you know, we could share it with the committee members and get their thoughts on it. And once, you know, it's agreed to, we'll just make it a matter of practice. We'll get this letter up. We will always copy the alder of the district that this lighting circuit is in. And if the lighting circuit goes across aldermanic districts, it'll go to multiple alders. And so they'll always be in the loop that we are doing this process. And, you know, again, it'll be on their constituents to take it from there. And if they need us to help coach them or shepherd them through the process, we're certainly here to do that.
Thank you. I think most committee members will be agreement with the letter coming forward would be sufficient. Any further questions? I'll entertain a motion to receive and file.
Move to receive and file.
Second. I would like
Motion
to,
by Alder Santiago, second by Alder McCarthy to receive and file item 0058-22. All those in favor? No
Madam
further
Chairman,
discussion?
before we vote, a quick discussion.
Yes,
I would just like to be sure that we explain this to the council on the floor at the actual council meeting, so all the councilmen are aware and can inform their constituents as well. I'm happy to do it. I don't think it needs separate consideration. If you want to do it or you'd like me to do it, but I do think we should at least present it to the rest of the council so they are aware.
Madam Chair, if I may,
go ahead.
we could also maybe put in the recommendation that the recommendation of the committee is to order that the city engineer's office notify budding property owners of any street lighting replacement in their district and send a letter of their options to pursue ornamental lighting, and that the request be received and filed. So we can kind of put it in the body of the recommendation too. So maybe you don't have to waste a lot of time, Madam Chair, Alder McCarthy explaining this, you know, next Tuesday. We can kind of wordsmith something to that effect as well.
Is
That'd be
that
great from my perspective.
satisfactory to you, Alder McCarthy?
Absolutely. Thank you for volunteering, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner Rooney.
You're
Then,
welcome.
any further questions, comments? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposes? The motion passes. That exhausts our agenda for this afternoon. Thanks, everyone, for your robust participation. Have a good evening, and we will see you next Tuesday for council.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Everybody,
everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.